doing out here in the rain? I bet you were catching those water droplets. Oh, something scare you? I bet you were catching those water droplets coming through the little hole in the roof, weren't you? Yeah, I figure. I know you. I know you. This sucks. Let's get inside. So, yeah. Yep, that happened. Bought another diesel heater. It just arrived. I've been waiting the last 2 days because I've been off. Go back to work for the weekend tomorrow, and yeah. Anyway, it's about 4:30 in the evening, so I have 2 hours of daylight, if you want to call it daylight. It's rainy and cruddy out, but 2 hours to get this thing hopefully slapped together. Did order another all-in-one unit, so hopefully it should be pretty much together itself. The last update I gave you guys on my diesel heater, it was getting really loud. I think the consensus was that it was a bearing or the fan motor. Can't be 100% sure what it was actually, but it stopped working. It's not working. It wasn't throwing any error codes. I have to take it apart sometime when I have time, but I don't really have time, and I kind of needed my secondary heat source fast. So I ordered another one because I'm going to eventually need another one for the box truck anyway. So I figured, hey, I'll just order it now. I'll take the other one apart whenever I have time, and I'm assuming this one's going to work right out of the box. Let's hope. So that's the story on that. I do have my buddy heater, of course, but I can't exactly and don't want to run that when I'm not here. My diesel heater was my secondary heat source that I would run when I wasn't home. So right now I have no heat source that I can operate when I'm not here. Kind of need that, right? So that's why I got this diesel heater. I am going to set it up outside where I had my diesel heater previously. See if I have any pictures or anything that I can show you where I used to have it. Yeah, I really just had it set up right outside of this window here. Only last time I had a bit of a housing built for my diesel heater, I ended up scrapping that. I mean, the wood was half rotted. I think I threw those two words together, the rotted wood. Anyway, the last housing, the wood was kind of rotted, and I threw it away thinking I was never gonna need it again. But alas, here we are, and I plan on putting this diesel heater outside of the window. Temporary setup for now. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, I just so happen to have two metal stools, and they're just kind of the right height. I do still have my piece of plywood that I can put in my window here, and I'm going to be putting that back in a second. I'm just going to be setting the diesel heater up on these two little blocks. Obviously the hot exhaust is going to run down and not be touching anything. This stuff's metal anyway, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be set up right here. Obviously it's raining and there's no housing for it, but it's pretty much under an overhang anyway, so it's not going to be too bad. If you're wondering why I'm in coveralls, I literally just got in from working in the box truck. And this is kind of priority right now because I go back to work tomorrow and I'd like to have this thing set up and operational. I did get another Vivor. I think I mentioned that. Yeah, I had good luck with my first one. I've had it for like, what, 3-4 years. And it probably still will work once I take it apart and mess with it a little bit. Woo! Sorry. Oops. My bad. This thing's going to be ruined before I get it out of the box. Okay, I got the blue controller this time. I'm going to try to do this fast. Oh, this one has an actual vent cover. What do you call this? Yeah, my last one didn't. I don't know if I'm going to... Oh, that's clever. Definitely going to need to stretch you to reach the window. That's for dang sure. Okay, we got the exhaust. Exhaust pipe insulation? There's an exhaust pipe insulation sleeve. That's handy. Okay, well I won't use that outside, but we got all that we need. Let's try and get this started. What I think I'm gonna do, since my last diesel heater was installed outside, I might even take this fresh, nice new casing off and put the old casing on, just because it's already kind of been weathered a bit, you know? Whoopsie. Get out of there. Okay. What do we got? Here it is. This is the same as the monitor for my other diesel heater, so I might plug in my other monitor to this heater because I know how to use that controller, and this controller is slightly different. Well, that's... Excuse me, do you mind? You just gotta be interrupting me over here? That's new. They had this, like, taped, the monitor, taped in here, so it was hard to pull off, but I'm actually gonna have to take this little plate off completely so that I can fish this through. I don't want this controller out in the weather. So let's see if my controller to my other diesel heater can plug into this. It looks like it's going to. There we go. Put shapes together, Jenna. You learned that, and hopefully before school. Yeah, it plugs in. I think everything's a go. So, uh-oh. Yeah, it plugs in. So once we get it hooked up to a battery, we'll really know. There we go. Now I can pull that out of there. Alright, this is what we got for battery cable length. Probably about, what, 4 feet? 4 feet or so. Here's my plan. Up in this cupboard, there's a bunch of stuff in here, but I have this old CD player that was sitting in here with a faceplate, I guess, on here, that I ripped off because the CD player doesn't work. There's a bunch of wiring up in here, and I know that I've got a positive and negative cable right here, so I know it's a mess. Most of this is for that, you know, stereo that once played music through these speakers here and 2 in the bedroom. But I'm probably going to hook up the diesel heater to the battery cables that are here and just work around this mess somehow. Once I get my plywood installed and the diesel heater is out there, I want to run the cable in through the window, maybe drill a hole up and through here, and tie into existing battery cables. Yeah, as long as it'll reach. We'll see. It is crazy windy out there. I got the diesel heater with the old diesel heater casing because I obviously took it out of the old one to put it under the fridge. I took it all apart, but anyway, the old casing is on this diesel heater. I have it setting on the stools out here. I need to get my plywood, put it in the window. I need to hook up the exhaust and the air intake. There we go. I knew it would come to me eventually. And then I just need to fish the wiring through the window here. Yeah. Plywood pieces in. Oh, it's a race against time. I still have to hook the pipe from the heater to this doohickey here. Outside, sorry about the wind. Got it hooked up like I had it hooked up kind of before, but obviously without the housing. Hardest part about this is getting this hose over this lip. Anyway. Yep, exhaust hanging down in between the stools. We got air, the intake hose I just have tucked in behind here. I wanted it away from the exhaust. That's why it's got this little opening here. Yeah, so I realize that it's going to get a little bit of weather, but it should be okay in that housing. And also it's under there, so when it's not windy, it won't really get hit with a whole lot of rain or anything. So temporary, this is temporary. I need it right now. When I'm not home, I need heat, right? So I was in a panic. I gotta get this hooked up to a battery, and we have to actually make sure that it works. This might take a little while. Oh my gosh. Or not. Wow. That kind of went too well, didn't it? Alright, well, let's fish these cables up here and give it a whirl. What a mess of wires here, baby. When it comes to these wires, there's a black one and a white one. The black one is the positive, and the white one is the negative. Don't ask me why that is. What did I do with the Marette? Marettes are on. We're all hooked up. I'm going to turn the power back on now. We're hooked up here. Just need to plug in the monitor, and that's going to be the determining factor as to whether or not we're correctly hooked up to the batteries. It's 6 p.m. This is the fastest I've ever hooked up a diesel heater in my life, because well, it's getting dark, you might be able to see, but yeah, I need to make sure that this is ready for tomorrow so that when I'm at work, I can have heat, because we know that fire's not going to last for 12 plus hours. So, Ramsey, you're so adaptable, man. He's just on the cat tree in the middle of the floor with tools and everything all over it. You good with that? I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but if we hook this up and the light comes on the monitor. Oh, she lit up. It's lit up. We're good. We're hooked up to the battery. Now I just have to set everything and probably watch a video to see how to prime this, because I don't remember, and then we can mess with the settings and see if it works. Okay. What luck, dude. What's that flashing thing mean? I literally just mounted this to the wall and I got an error code. I haven't even touched anything. I haven't started it. I haven't done anything. I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in again. Alright, now let's go through these settings and see if there's any error codes. I think I usually, no, I'm just going to leave that. Okay, well, gonna watch a video on how to prime this. I think you literally hold these two arrows in at the same time, but I need to make sure.
If you've got a blue controller, say, then you need to press these two buttons, and then to start it you need to press this button.
Alright, you heard the man. I ended up having to hook up this blue one because my other controller kept giving me an error code 7. So have to hit these two buttons. Wait. I have a feeling this isn't gonna work. Like, nothing so far has been working. This controller sucks. The screen just keeps swapping back and forth. I can't get it to prime. Nothing. Yeah, okay, 13 volts. It just goes between the time, which isn't set up, and 13 volts. I'm holding down, oh. Okay, well, it wouldn't allow me to prime, so I guess we're just gonna fire it right on. We'll see what happens here. You can hear the pump. It's a great day/evening to test this out because it's so mild outside. As you can see, it's not the warmest in here, so we'll see what we can do with this diesel heater. This is just air, no heat yet. Oh, doing something. Kicked into high gear over here. I don't like this blue controller. I definitely like this one better, but I kept getting an error code with this one. I don't know. Very weird. We got warm air happening. I don't know why it smells funny, but maybe it's just because it's new. Is that why? Is that why, Baba? Help a girl out here, will ya? H6, by the way, which is as high as it'll go, I guess. I need to try and figure out if I can convert this to Celsius like my other monitor was. And that might be easier for me, because I think H6 is probably just, I don't know, the highest heat setting, maybe? But that's nice. That's nice. Yes, I know, I'm going to move the litter box. We don't want hot turds. Though it might be nice for you, man. You'd have a nice heated bathroom, huh? Yeah, you might like that. You might, oh, geez, that excited you, I guess. Alright, alright. Actually, I don't need to move the litter box, because heat rises, so that's not even hot. The heat's coming out of here and just going straight upward. Okay, remember when I had my monitor plugged in? I was getting that symbol right there. And it actually means the connection is loose or disconnected, so I guess my monitor's not going to work with this unit. It plugs in like it should, but yeah, I don't know. Guess it's not going to work. Okay, it's already been over 15 minutes. We're up a couple degrees already. I guess we did what we set out to do, which is hook up the diesel heater very quickly. I'm gonna have to learn that new controller. Everything is in the booklet. I just have to sit down and read it, and if you know anything about me, you probably know that I do not want to do that. But since my old controller wouldn't work with this unit, I was really hoping it would, because I know that one, I know how it operates. Now I gotta learn the blue controller, but it is what it is. Also, I have to clean up this mess. Yeah, I got a whole... It's a mess. It's a mess. I'm gonna get out of here and go do that. Learn how to run this new blue controller, I guess. Try to figure out how to set the timer for it for tomorrow. Hopefully this diesel heater works out good for me, for now at least. Like I said, temporary setup. I don't have a housing for it, I know.
I know, it's out in the rain.
It's going to be okay. It'll be okay. Also, how can I stick another housing there and take the window away from Mr. Dude over there? He loves staring out into the darkness. Right, Ramsey? I know, I need to feed you. I'm getting off of here and I will feed you. I'll put food in your bowl. Stat. Okay. Anyway, the boss says it's time to eat. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. Ramsey? Are you sleeping sitting up? Bro! Are you sleeping sitting up? Okay, I'll feed you. Alright, come on, let's go. One more thing I want to mention real quick, because I forgot and I kind of rushed through this trying to get this install done. I ordered that diesel heater directly from Vivor. No affiliation, but it was actually cheaper to order directly through them on their website than it was on Amazon. By a little bit, yeah. So save yourself 20 bucks, maybe more. Order directly from the website. Taxes, shipping, everything was about $150 Canadian. So in these uncertain times, save where you can, you know? Check this out. The temperature is actually what I have it set to on the diesel heater. I didn't read the book yet. The time's still wrong. I have to figure that out. Oh, see, I just turned it down. I had it set to 22. I figured out how to do that on my own just by messing with it. Set to 22, and it's 22 in here. So that's awesome. Nice to have a diesel heater back and working. Yeah. As you can see, too warm for a fire right now. Yeah.